We went to a private movie theater and watched a super sad movie together. Minutes into the movie, Theo and I were already crying our hearts out, while Damon had no reaction at all. What was he, a robot? After the movie, we went to a fancy restaurant and I was having a good time with the lobster until Theo started forcing himself on me. Just one kiss, babe. Come on. Not now, Theo. We're in a public place and people are staring. But he was persistent. Just then, Damon grabbed him and threw him away like a piece of paper. Theo was furious. He grabbed a chair, but before he could hit Damon with it, I pushed him away. Stop it! Right now! Your stupid bodyguard started it. Why don't you tell him to get a life and go home to his mommy? No, Theo. You go home. I immediately called him a cab, and when he was finally gone, I turned to Damon angrily. I know he was being a jerk, but I can handle my personal life. You don't have to interfere every freaking second. He was disrespecting your personal space. Your job is to keep me safe, not to meddle in my personal matters. Know your boundaries. Apologies. It will never happen again. I actually didn't mind that Theo got the thrashing he deserved, but Damon always being around was just getting on my nerves. A few days later at a concert, I was performing my newest single, and everyone was singing along with me. It felt amazing. Some of them even started climbing up on the stage to join me. Suddenly, Damon jumped in and pushed them off stage. What in the world? He then lifted me and carried me to the backstage, in the middle of my freaking performance. I finally had enough. My parents are paying you to protect me, not to annoy me and screw up my concerts. Your life is in danger, ma'am. You have to treat everyone as an enemy. That is ridiculous. Whoever sends those stupid threats is probably just some harmless loser. Better to be safe than sorry. I complained to my parents about his behavior, but they praised him for it. But he's ruining my career and even my personal life. He's just doing his job, honey, and that's to make sure you're safe all the time. They were hopeless cases, so I resorted to Tessa instead, and she came up with a plan. Test his patience, annoy him, do everything you can to make him quit. You're good at that, you gorgeous brat. I love the sound of it, girl. You're the best. Of course I am. I stayed up at 4 a.m. that night to disturb Damon in his sleep, but to my surprise, he was already up. I need you to get my favorite Starbucks coffee. That's not part of my job description. Do it, or I'll make your job harder. Fine. What's your order? 1 iced venti caramel macchiato with 6 shots of mocha, 1/4 not-fat milk, 1/8 almond milk with medium whipped cream, and a caramel drizzle with a rose design on top, in a biodegradable takeaway cup with a pink straw. Got it. What? I was just messing with him, but to my surprise, he immediately left, and holy mother of toads, he came back with my exact order. How? Anything else? That's all for now. Later that day, I went to the mall and went on a crazy shopping spree, making him carry all my bags to tire him out. But he was like a machine. I entered a clothing store, and as I tried on all the prettiest clothes, I kept asking for his opinion, but he wasn't paying attention. Hello? Aren't you gonna give me a compliment or something? Giving an opinion about your outfits is not part of my job, ma'am. Any normal guy would have been drooling at me by now. He must be a cyborg. To get back at him, I faked a sprain and forced him to carry me on his back, but he was still as strong as a freaking tank. Finally giving up, I went to the bathroom with everything I'd bought and escaped through the window. After making sure that I'd lost him, I went to an orphanage and gave out all the clothes to the kids. While I was having fun with them, Tessa sent me some pictures of Theo kissing a blonde girl in a restaurant. At this point, I didn't even care. Theo was trash. I immediately sent him a message and told him that we were done. He was the worst boyfriend anyway. He started calling me immediately, so I just blocked him. Problem solved. Later, I went to a local club to celebrate my breakup, and while I was dancing my heart out, I was shocked to see someone watching me from the bar. Damon! Of course he tracked me down. A cute guy tried to dance with me, and suddenly, Damon came and pushed him away. Hey, listen, buddy, I'm sick of this. If you're gonna keep scaring all the other guys away, you dance with me. I don't mix business with pleasure. Dance with me, or go sit quietly in a corner while I find someone. Before I could poke the guy next to me, Damon suddenly grabbed my hand to dance. Just then, the song shifted to a slow, romantic one, and he pulled me in closer by the waist. It's not so bad, is it? If you say so, ma'am. You can say my name, you know. If you say so, Sasha. He had the faintest smile on his face, and my heart skipped a beat. We slow danced as he looked deep into my eyes, and suddenly, his face was so close to mine. Just then, he pulled away from me, like he'd had an electric shock. We need to go home. But it's still early. Safety reasons. Ugh, he was so annoying. When we got home, I saw a box sitting on my bed, and when I opened it, lots of rats jumped out and started running all over the room. Damon saw a little note inside, and for the first time ever, it scared me. For real.
Someone broke into your room. This person means business. We have to be more careful, ma'am.
He suggested that I shouldn't go to school for the next few days for safety, and I agreed.